is keep setting up the environment to make that codependent feel more and more anxious, to remind him or her that she's anxious, and eventually to overwhelm that person with this, what I call inculcated belief, or this implanted belief that they are much worse than they really are.
Tell Mark the difference. Larger renter. We spoke about it 2 weeks ago.
He said I was seriously going crazy. I needed to get help. He said I was forgetting things. My mind was going. He said it was all in my head and I needed to get checked out.
It was awful. He tried to make her feel small.
Mark, what do you think gaslighting is?
Irrelevant to the case.
Yes, exactly.
He seemed to get pleasure out of it, making her feel silly, making her feel unsure of herself.
The following recording is between the bank customer service rep and Robert discussing a charge that had been declined recently for the monthly rental of Robert's storage unit. As this was not the first time the monthly payment had been declined, Robert had attempted talking to Henry in hopes of finding a solution to prevent this from happening in the future, since there are possible late fees which could occur in these situations. However, Henry was adamant that the only possible cause of this problem must have been due to Robert removing the scheduled auto payment. However, as the bank rep confirms here, it was in fact a decline due to Henry's accounting oversight and had nothing to do with any negligence on Robert's behalf. This is yet another example of cognitive bias that Henry demonstrates toward Robert. The payment was never removed from autopay and in fact was declined solely due to Henry's accounting oversight, causing there to be lack of funds available at the time of the regular scheduled payment date. Henry had explained this explanation being implausible as he has it marked in his calendar, etc., etc. The only option in his mind was that Robert must be the cause of the problem. Yet another example of cognitive bias that Henry demonstrates toward Robert.
Was on autopay before. You need to leave it on autopay. I have a reminder every second of the month to make sure it will be covered. And it would have been covered on the 2nd if it stayed on autopay. So end of the month to make sure it will be.
For Henry, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So 288 December 2nd. It was non-sufficient funds.
Okay, so what they did try, yeah, because we were wondering, because someone had said auto pay, and I thought it was on auto pay. Why wasn't it done? So I just wanted to confirm that. Thank you.
No one is trying to gaslight you. Don't just fall into the fancy word du jour like a conspiracy theorist. Gaslighting is a colloquialism for a specific type of manipulation where the manipulator is successful in having the target question their own reality, memory, or perceptions.